In our daily lives, we are often surrounded by noise, both outside and inside our minds. We think about the past, worry about the future, and forget about the present moment. But the truth is, life is only happening right now. The past is just a memory, and the future is only a possibility. So how can we truly live? The answer is simple: by paying attention. Paying attention does not mean doing something extraordinary. It means being fully present in what we are already doing. Consider something as simple as drinking tea. When you hold the cup, feel its warmth in your hands. When you lift it to your lips, notice the scent of the tea. As you take a sip, taste it fully. This is not a special meditation. It is simply living with awareness. The same can be applied to any activity: walking, cooking, or even washing dishes. When you walk, feel the ground beneath your feet. Notice the movement of your legs. Listen to the sounds around you without judgment. When you cook, pay attention to the texture of the ingredients, the sound of the knife against the cutting board, the smell of the food as it cooks. And when you wash dishes, feel the temperature of the water, the smoothness of the plates, the movement of your hands. At first, the mind may resist. It will wander to other thoughts, but that is natural. Gently bring it back, again and again. Just as a musician practices scales, or an athlete trains their body, we can train our minds to be present. Over time, this simple practice changes the way we experience life. Paying attention does not require extra time. It does not require silence or special conditions. It only requires a shift in how we do what we already do. And when we learn to live this way, every moment becomes an opportunity to wake up, to truly live, instead of just passing through life. Many people believe that peace can only be found in quiet places, a temple, a forest, or a meditation room. But true stillness is not about escaping life's noise. It is about finding a deep sense of calm, even in the middle of movement. You do not need to sit in silence to experience this. It is possible anywhere, even in the busiest moments of your day. Think about walking through a crowded street. The city is noisy, people are rushing, and cars are passing by. But even here, you can find stillness. Feel your feet touching the ground. Notice the rhythm of your breath. Observe the movement of the world around you without being pulled by it. Instead of reacting to every sound or distraction, let them pass like clouds in the sky. In this way, stillness is not about stopping movement. It is about finding balance within it. The same is true in your work. Whether you are typing on a computer, cleaning a room, or speaking with others, you can bring a sense of calm into your actions. Instead of rushing, focus on each movement with care. Instead of thinking only about the result, pay attention to the process. When speaking, truly listen. When working, fully engage. You may find that the task, no matter how simple, becomes more meaningful. One of the most powerful ways to find stillness is through the breath. The breath is always with you, in every moment. When life feels overwhelming, pause for a second. Take a slow, deep breath. Feel it enter your body, then gently leave. Just one breath can remind you that peace is always within reach. Stillness is not something we chase. It is something we allow. It does not require a special place or time. It is already here, in the middle of our daily lives, waiting to be noticed. When we stop searching for peace outside of ourselves, we realize that it has been within us all along. Much of our suffering comes from holding on too tightly to our expectations, our desires, and even our thoughts. We believe that if things go a certain way, we will be happy. If people treat us in a certain way, we will feel respected. If we achieve certain goals, our lives will be complete. But life does not always follow our plans, and when it does not, We feel frustration, disappointment, or even pain. But what if we learn to let go? Letting go does not mean giving up. It does not mean we stop caring. It means we stop clinging to things that are beyond our control. Imagine holding a handful of sand. If you squeeze it tightly, the sand slips through your fingers. But if you hold it gently, it stays in your palm. Life is the same. The more we try to control everything, the more we suffer. But when we relax our grip, we discover a lighter way of living. We can practice this in small ways every day. Suppose you are waiting in a long line at a store. You might feel impatient, thinking, "This is taking too long. I have things to do." But no matter how much you resist, the line will not move faster. Instead, notice the feeling of impatience. Acknowledge it, then let it go. Accept the moment as it is, without fighting against it. Another example is in our relationships. Sometimes we expect others to behave in a certain way, and when they don't, we feel hurt. But people are not always as we wish them to be. Rather than trying to control them, we can allow them to be as they are. This does not mean we allow harm, but it does mean we stop creating unnecessary suffering for ourselves. Letting go is not a single action, but a way of living. Every day, we will face moments where things do not go as planned. Each of these moments is an opportunity to release our attachments and find peace. When we stop resisting life, we begin to flow with it. And in that flow, we discover a deep and quiet joy that has always been there, waiting for us to notice. Practicing awareness in everyday life is not about achieving perfection. There will be days when we forget to be present, when our minds are busy, or when we find ourselves holding on to expectations. That is natural. The important thing is to return, again and again, to this moment. Each time we bring our attention back, we are strengthening a way of being that leads to greater peace. These small shifts, paying attention, finding stillness in movement, and letting go, can slowly transform how we experience life. The world around us may not change, but our relationship with it does. A simple task, like drinking tea or walking, becomes richer. A challenge, like waiting in traffic or dealing with a difficult situation, becomes less stressful. Instead of feeling like life is something we must control, we begin to move with it, naturally and with ease. This is not a path with an end. There is no final goal, no perfect state to reach. It is simply about living each day with greater awareness. Some days will be easier than others, and that is okay. What matters is continuing, gently and patiently, step by step. Before closing, I want to take a moment to express my deep appreciation. To those who have liked this video, subscribed to the channel, left a comment, or sent a super thanks, thank you. Your kindness and support mean a great deal. It is heartwarming to know that these words may bring even a small sense of peace or reflection to your day. May each of us continue walking this path with openness and curiosity. And may we find, in the simple moments of daily life, a quiet and lasting sense of presence.